Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You got click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday, minus next week, for your daily TA crypto analysis. Yes, Bitcoin more than likely will go to 45K, DJ, while I am not here. You know what I've actually done? Actually, I have a tidbit of information to share with you. I've been lying to you. Actually, I will be here next week. This was just an entire ploy for me to want to make you miss me, and then I'm just going to all of a sudden show up on my live stream next Monday. No, I will be out all of next week, just as a reminder. We're going to get into the charts. We're also going to discuss my expectations for altcoins in particular. Well, not in particular. We're actually going to talk about Ethereum in particular, and then my thoughts on altcoins, and why next week or very soon could be Ethereum week, like I had tweeted out earlier today. I think Ethereum has not been getting a lot of attention, and I think especially if the charts are pointing to such, that's the time when Ethereum most likely will begin making its move. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that as well. DJ, welcome in. Oof, welcome in. Vivek, welcome in. Is this the presidential candidate, Vivek? I would very much welcome him to the live stream. Hope everybody is having a nice day. I am enjoying some Angels Envy on this Friday evening. I know, brother. I know. That'd be pretty cool if he showed up to the live stream, though. I think he's a crypto supporter. Drop me a comment. When will I be back? I'll be back on either Monday the 13th or Sunday the 12th. I'd actually like to come back on Sunday the 12th if it's possible, just because I'd like to live stream the weekly close. You've got a CBD vape. Really? Yeah, I need to get me one of those. You got a CBD vape? Oh, CBG. I thought you said CBG vape. J. Kim, you are correct. Why the frowny face, DJ? Why no alcohol? I don't understand. To each their own. I actually have a lot of respect for people who don't drink, because at the end of the day, alcohol really is a toxin. So, what I was going to say earlier for everyone new tuning in, drop me a comment, share anything fun and exciting going on this weekend in your life. 1 is too many and 10 isn't enough. Drop me a comment. Share what you guys are doing this weekend. If it's anything fun and exciting. We don't really we always talk crypto. I'd like to hear what else is going on in your life. Now, here we can see, and I put this on a 4-hour intentionally, all that has happened here, I want to be very clear about this. We got the breakup we were looking for, but then we've come back, right? So the question that I raised yesterday is this going to be a true fake out? If we start to plummet here further and head towards 33, yeah, it is a fake out. Not to say we couldn't see a bounce, move back up, but it's very possible all we've done in this zone right now is back tested this pattern. That's all we've done. We'll have to wait and see. I would remain very patient here. Again, when you're looking at a very granular time frame like this, you're going to a smaller time frame. There's more volatility present, and also when you're looking at a smaller time frame, a lower time frame, it's also more probable that you could make some invalid conclusions regarding where price could go. It's more important to zoom out and keep that macro perspective, right? So while there's a whole host of scenarios on the smaller time frames that could play out from here, I've shared way too many views with you guys on the higher time frames, the macro perspective. That we're really, really, really starting to turn bullish here. I'd be fairly surprised, not completely surprised, but I'd be fairly surprised if by the end of the year, we don't close the year at or above 40,000. I'd be a little surprised by that. What's up, Rashid? Good to see you on the live stream, my friend. I'd be pretty surprised, not completely, because Bitcoin does a lot of the unexpected, but based on the momentum we're seeing in the market, based on where I think we were at, in terms of that wave 5 movement, and how much momentum has picked up with that RSI crossing 70 on the weekly. I'd be a little surprised if we don't close out the year at or above 40,000, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Now, I did want to take a really quick look at traditional markets because it looked like we got a really good weekly close here. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ first. Of course, this was the chart we covered extensively yesterday regarding interest rates. You can sort of think of this as a double bullish engulfing candle because this price action totally eclipsed, for all the people freaking out, in 1 week, we eclipsed this price action and this price action, my parents included. I've shared with my dad, he needs to at least tune in and listen to the auditory portions of my live stream so he can gauge my view on the markets, because he sometimes asks me about that, or at least my mom does. And I say, just tune in, you can get my thoughts. And right now, in 1 week, we have completely eclipsed all of the price action to the downside. So we closed the week at 15,100. Okay, so that's a very bullish weekly close. Let's take a look at the S&P though. And again, same commentary that I provided yesterday. It hasn't changed. We need to take out those lower highs. So until that happens, we can give a little golf clap. This was about as good a weekly close as you could have hoped for. We closed above the 21 exponential moving average on the weekly. This is about as good a weekly close as you could have hoped for. Now we got to begin taking out these lower highs in traditional markets. Guys, if we flip to the dollar index, did you see that the dollar index moved down substantially today? I believe it actually began to enter the price areas that we last talked about. Look at this huge movement in the dollar. Look at that. Right below the 50 simple moving average on the closing basis on the daily. That means this 50 simple moving average at 105.65, that's going to act as resistance on the daily because we closed below it on the daily. Again, there is no one chart, there is no one candlestick, there is no one price indicator that will definitively tell you anything in charting. But one of the things I mentioned weeks ago, people were talking about this parabolic rise in the DXY. I said, no, don't listen to that. Look at this. This was our parabolic journey on the DXY. This is part of a corrective structure, and we got a gravestone doji. The gravestone doji is indicating to us more than likely, not definitively, that the DXY is going to roll over in the coming months. I even put up some what do you call it? Now I'm losing the word. Some bars patterns, some candlesticks in here to sort of replicate the price action I see occurring for the DXY going into 2024. So everything is going according to plan. This is a very bearish candlestick. This is a bearish engulfing weekly candlestick on the Dixie, on the DXY. That is very bullish for crypto and equities. Okay? Now, for everyone speaking to the decorrelation which has existed between traditional equity markets and crypto, I would remind everyone that while I'm not going to disagree with you that there's been some decorrelation over the past several months, again, everything is sort of going according to plan in terms of how I saw the fourth quarter working out. So far, Bitcoin and crypto, let's just talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has outperformed traditional markets in the fourth quarter. We got a large move up while we were seeing some corrections in the traditional equity markets. I literally said last week I would not be surprised. In fact, I'm expecting some sort of a bounce back recovery. We have to take that with some caution and take out the lower highs. But so it's not surprising to see the bounce back recovery in traditional equity markets in the past couple days. They've been up, and crypto has, for the most part, been down, right? So, again, macro perspective, there's certainly a positive correlation which exists between equity markets and crypto. It's just at certain different points, they decorrelate or don't run in the general same direction. So that shouldn't surprise us. Now, let's take a look at Ethereum, because again, what I stated to you at the top of this live stream is I am anticipating that an Ethereum week is going to be incoming very shortly. It could come as early as next week. It could come later in November, whatever the case is. This is a 2-week chart. This 2-week candlestick is set to close the week that CBG is out. This is a very bullish candlestick. It has the potential to engulf this red candlestick, which would be significant. I don't know something's in my gum, sorry. it would have the possibility to engulf this candlestick here. This one, if Ethereum closes at or above 1840, it's going to eclipse this candlestick. In either case, on the 2-week candlestick, what we're seeing here is momentum picking up in the chart. Now, again, there's more definitive conclusions that you can reach and feel more convicted about on higher time frame price action. Okay? I want to say real quick before we talk about this chart, thank you. Thank you for the level of engagement that we're getting so far in this live stream. I see the likes equal the viewers, which I appreciate. What we're seeing here is that the MACD is beginning to pick up on this histogram. You can see it turning dark green here. We have a positive cross. Stochastic RSI looks beautiful. RSI is trying to get out of oversold conditions into neutral level conditions here. Now, if we flip back to the weekly, and again, this red circle, guys, by the way, I was pointing out the fact we were bouncing here. So many people, when they're pessimistic, jump to conclusions. There was at least one person who tweeted at me when I pointed out this pattern, and when the candle body was down here, said, oh, the pattern is breaking down. And I kindly pointed out, no, it's not breaking down. We still have like 6 days until the candlestick prints. Look what happened. Volatility, and we closed above here. Case in point, don't make premature conclusions on price data. Allow it to develop. Don't use your emotions to lead you towards a conclusion. Use the facts in the charts, right? If I used my emotions to come up with conclusions regarding price data, XRP would have already become the world reserve currency. And Bitcoin would have completely dominated gold by this point and been $1 billion. And I would be buying a few islands. Neither are the case. Okay, guys, we have to use the charts. Don't pay attention to the lines that are drawn here through the candle bodies because this was drawn on a 2-week chart. Just pay attention to my commentary. Now, on this weekly close, another important thing we're going to see here is this 50 getting super close to the 200. This is going to want to come up and get a golden cross here, which is great to see. If we go to the technicals, you can see this is the first. Now, when we close out this week, so long as we don't get some sort of a huge correction over the weekend, this will be the first bullish cross on the MACD, and it looks like it might get above zero for the first time since back here in August. Wow, guys. August of 2022, okay, first bullish cross on the MACD. When's the last time we triggered, okay, and got above zero with that bullish cross? The last time we did that, we have to go way back on the charts. We have to go back to, wow, right here. We have to go back to May of 2020. May of 2020. So this has been potentially 3.5 years coming on the chart, okay? This is significant. The RSI is up at 55. Would love to see it get up closer to 60. But again, these are the things that are telling me that we are heating up and on a path towards 2,000 plus very soon on Ethereum. Not to mention the fact, I saw that Tony the BTC Bull had tweeted out recently, and he's on the same page with me. We don't talk about things on the side. He tweets things out. If I agree or disagree, I weigh in. Yes, I completely agree with his assertion, unpopular opinion. This ETH BTC relativity chart is extremely close to bottoming out. Again, I've spoken to this before. I expect, again, I could be proven wrong, but I expect this ascending line of support to hold. There's too much price confluence there and too much strength in this chart historically. Could we wick, again, for all the people who really quickly on Twitter want to call me out and say I'm wrong, or someone that wants to comment on a video and say I'm wrong, you're being naive or ignorant if during the month of November, because this is a monthly chart, we wick down here. This doesn't mean anything if the candle body's down here until we close. Now, if we close down here, yeah, then I'm incorrect. I mean, then we're going to more than likely come down to this green area of support, right? But we can wick because price wicks are a measure of volatility, not a measure of where price ultimately lands at the end of the month. The important thing is we want to close here. We could end the month. Let's level set the conversation. We could end the month We could still end the month nearly 5.5% down and still be valid within this ascending line of support, okay? But I'm anticipating more than likely we're going to see a strong move in Ethereum this month. I don't think this is going to take until December. I feel convicted that you are going to see, let's see where Ethereum's at. I feel convicted at this point you will see 2,000 plus Ethereum this month. We will revisit that statement because I'm not going to forget that I said that. My audience will not either. Oof, I don't know what 3 white soldiers means. Again, appreciate you sharing, but I pay less attention to what the names of candlestick formations. What's more important is I understand the story behind the candlesticks themselves. If you want to explain what 3 white soldiers means, what chart you're speaking to, and what it means, please, please. But I know it's a candlestick pattern. I just don't know. There's all sorts of different names for different candlestick patterns out there. I just don't know what that means. Regardless, this is a massive area of consolidation here I've been talking about all year. Again, I want to revisit the video that I put out a couple months ago. Again, could be wrong, but I anticipate Ethereum to temporarily flip Bitcoin. Could be part of one day, could be an entire day. I anticipate Ethereum to temporarily flip Bitcoin. Because you got to understand what the market psychology will be when we flip this area of resistance. When we flip this area of resistance, which I fully anticipate is going to happen, we have 2 major areas of price confluence. That's it. So in my opinion, we're either going to create a lower high and there'll be a descending area of resistance here. We're going to double top, or if we go slightly above, and this orange horizontal line indicates the rough area. If we go slightly above the prior all-time high in the Ethereum dominance, this shows the differential here between the red and orange dotted line, Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin. Okay, so I believe Ethereum will flip Bitcoin next year, and it will be temporary in nature. Now, so at the top of the live stream, I spoke to my confidence regarding we're going to get an Ethereum week. We're also going to get an Ethereum Classic week, because if I haven't spoken to this enough, I've spoken to the fact, I just want to focus on the Ethereum ETH relativity chart. Clearly, even if you're not invested in this thing, never financial advice, this is a great trade setup. There is no doubt in my mind that more than likely this is a rounding bottom and this thing wants to go up. Okay? Absolutely. No question in my mind. Love the increasing RSI here. Love the rounding bottom. So at the very least, you're going to hit this area of descending resistance. We could go as high as here. Okay? This thing looks like it wants to go up. When you see Ethereum start to move, Ethereum Classic's going to actually make bigger moves. That's my opinion. We'll see if I'm correct. So why do I said I felt convicted on Ethereum making some strong moves. Why do I feel, again, crypto AI is just having some big moves here. Why do I feel convicted that altcoins, if that's true, why do I think altcoins then would have a really good run maybe towards the back half of this fourth quarter in December? Again, I've stated on this live stream several times, it doesn't matter what your fundamental view of Ethereum is. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk to you about what the charts have spoken to historically and market sentiment. If market sentiment is positive on Ethereum, which is the #1 altcoin, and I don't see changing anytime relatively soon, I don't. If it is the #1 altcoin, if that altcoin, which is Ethereum, is performing very well and performing at a better rate than Bitcoin, what do you think? Here's a question for you. What do you think will happen to the market psychology of crypto? Think about it. The #1 altcoin is beginning to outperform Bitcoin. What will happen to market psychology? The answer is market psychology will flip to, holy fuck, I need to get bullish on altcoins. I need to take some of my capital out of Bitcoin and put it into my altcoins because my altcoins are going to run harder, historically speaking, than Bitcoin. Now is the time to start putting more capital in altcoins. That is what is going to happen, I believe. So again, relative time frame, okay, give or take. Obviously, there's a margin in here. You can give or take a few weeks here, but give or take, if Ethereum starts having that Ethereum week and starts really moving up in the month of November, then you can anticipate that by December, you're going to start seeing some big runs in your altcoins. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin isn't going to be running, but you're going to see some significant runs in altcoins. Again, give or take a couple weeks. What if that big run in Ethereum doesn't start until the back half of November, bleeding into early December? Then you're talking about December going into January for your altcoins, okay? But I still think there's going to be a pretty decent run in altcoins soon. Now, this isn't going to be the run of runs. Again, I want to level set the conversation. While I'm very disappointed and upset that I'm going to be out next week, I'm not going to miss any like monumental historic moves in the market. I don't believe so. The monumental historic movements in the market will not happen, and I will be here for that. That I fucking promise you. The historic movements in the market will not happen until Bitcoin surpasses $69,000, okay? Again, 69 CBG is unfamiliar with that number lately. Oh! The real big movements in the market will not happen until Bitcoin takes out its prior all-time high. It's got to start running to $70,000 and above, because when Bitcoin runs to $70,000 and above, what that implies is we're creating new all-time highs. Historically, and again, all we can do is go based off of history. And if you appreciate the thought process here, thumbs up, helps me as a content creator. Historically speaking, when Bitcoin starts setting a new all-time high, that represents as risk-on an environment as you will ever see in crypto. It will be short-lived. I cannot stress this enough. Whenever Bitcoin does breach $69,000 and we're at $70,000, listen to what I'm saying. Please listen to what I'm about to say. As awesome as that's going to feel, and I'll come out here and I'm going to be 100% myself. Okay, I'm going to be 100% myself. Come out here and just, I'm going to have fun with it. And you'll see what I mean, but I'll have fun with it. But what you need to recognize, and what I will calm down after I express some emotion to you guys, I'll calm down and say, hey, we need to continue to be robotic and unemotional about our investments. You can't allow in that situation for your emotions to control the decisions that you make with your buy-sell activity. You need to have a plan in place, because once we break $70,000, things are going to start running really hard, really quick, okay? Again, one of the things I've stressed, if we go back in time, I'll give you an example. If we go back in time just to this wave 3 movement, you can see this period of time, okay? This period of time was 462 days, right? Not a lot of price action. Outside of this V-shaped recovery, I agree, this was pretty monumental here. But outside of that V-shaped recovery, it was pretty much sideways. Do you not agree between here? Look at where price is at. We're at the same price, 10,000, 11,000, right? Price is sideways for more than a year, 462 days, right? Now, let's flash forward to when the parabola really began in Bitcoin, okay? 462 days, right? So it started right here, and it ran up to here, but really it ended here. But it ran up 189 days. That's less than 50% of the time. And what I would argue is most of it was 133 days, which represents roughly less than 1/3, roughly probably 28% of the time over here. The point in illustrating this, and I hope that makes sense to you, is that while it's so, I remember what this felt like emotionally. While it's awesome to see your investments go up, you have to realize that unless you have a plan in place in terms of how you want to sell, those emotions will take over and you won't be successful. This is so short-lived. I just can't. I genuinely, for every single person who tunes in weekly, I can't express this to you enough. I I have been learning about cryptocurrencies since the year 2017, okay? And I've been invested in this market since 2018. What I've realized during that sort of journey of learning about this industry is that there's some level of passion of mine that is a mixture of the crypto industry itself and charting that has sort of predominantly taken over in my life in terms of what is my greatest passion of what I prefer to work on. And what I'm aiming to do when I come out here, okay, what I'm aiming to do with you is I'm genuinely aiming to share with you what I see in the charts, because two things. One, I want to succeed, and I believe I will be successful. I really, truly believe in myself. But two, I want to take you along with me on the journey, and I want to see you succeed. I genuinely want to see you succeed. I really do. It would, I mean, at the end of this bull run, I got to tell you, at the end of this bull run, it would bring me so much happiness, honestly, if not only I succeed, okay, I have all sorts of projections laid out there, right? But if any person on here comments, hey, CBG, you helped me out. I had a plan in place. I sold out. I became successful. If I hear any stories from at least one person, I don't even care if it's one person, that was impacted by the content I've created to help them become successful, for me, I feel great. I feel fantastic at the end of the day, knowing I've at least helped one person. I want to see you succeed so badly. And it's one of the other reasons why I've shared with you, you can't just come to this channel. You have to have a couple other technical analysts whose opinions you respect. Don't just come to this channel. I'm probably the only content creator that tells you that, okay? If there's no other statement of authenticity that comes through on this channel higher, I think that is probably the one that rings highest. Go to other content creators who add value to the space, because I'm not going to know everything. I'm not. It will supplement other people's views, okay? But I want to see you guys succeed. Let me get into the comments here. Sorry, I've neglected for a little bit. Bart Simpson pattern, nice. Nice to see a lot of the regulars returning to the live stream. Yes, DXY is dumping. Yes. Well, you know what? Oof, what I would say, no matter what the markets do, I'm going to have a great Christmas. I just got off the phone conversation, actually. I usually talk with my, just so happens, I usually talk with my mom on the phone on Fridays. Usually I give her a call Friday afternoons over a lunch break, try to catch up on the phone. And, kind of what I shared on the phone is, it's funny. The older in life you get, you realize life is so quick and fleeting. It is so quick and fleeting, man. And you just have to appreciate every day, day by day by day. You got to appreciate those moments. You got to appreciate those days, man. So no matter what the fuck this market does, I'm gonna love Christmas. I'm gonna love Christmas. I'm gonna enjoy Christmas. But I agree with you. I think the market's gonna be in great shape before the end of the year. You guys know that. We knew DJ, more than likely the interest rate hikes were over. Yeah. DJ, we don't want to bring on that rate decrease too soon, my friend. For reasons I shared yesterday, you should know that. Oof. You've brought that up a few times. Let's take a look. Have we charted this before? 292. What markets is this on? Okay, so I could get this on Kraken. Okay, so technically I could buy this if I wanted to. Okay, let's take a look at it. We didn't get any TA questions. I didn't ask for any, but no, I don't have a chart for it. Oof, I appreciate you, by the way, pointing out a project that you think adds value to the community. So we'll take a look at it. We haven't charted this one before, for real. For Wilskis? Oh, we have. Okay. This could be in the middle of a reversal pattern here, for sure. Absolutely. Got to break some of these areas of resistance. We're on the 3-day here. Okay. Might get some consolidation further in here, which you could see if this is bullish. Maybe we come down to here. So basically you got a low, you got a low. Maybe you come down to here, you get a higher low. You got the high. Start to come up to here. Back test this area and a hole in here, and we've wicked, and then take out this guy. Start heading towards 27.30 cents. Okay. I'll keep that one on my radar. You know what? I'm not just saying that, actually. We're going to put an action plan in place. And since I can actually buy that on Kraken, if I decide to put a little bit in there, I like what I see on the chart and the fundamentals, go for it. All right, so we got it on there. Thank you, Oof. See, I do value my community, guys. This is how I got into Harmony One way back. You know, the whole reason I got into Harmony One was because of my community. The whole reason I started researching Caspa and got into Caspa was because Oh, guys, I can tell you a little something. God, I've been doing so many medical treatments this year. I'll tell you about a medical treatment that I had done since I just stretched here and reminded me of it. Real quick, before I get to the rest of your comments, have you ever heard of PRP treatment? Platelet-rich plasma treatment. So as I had shared with you, I got arthroscopic elbow surgery on my right elbow. Actually, I forgot to share this with my parents on the phone earlier today. So I got arthroscopic elbow surgery on my right elbow. Thumbs up for everyone new tuning. I appreciate it. Again, but don't give a thumbs up if you don't appreciate the content. Feel free to get the fuck off the live stream. It's all good. No harm, no foul. But if you appreciate the live stream, give a thumbs up. So anyway, I got this arthroscopic elbow surgery because apparently my right elbow is so massively beat up, according to my surgeon, relative to my left. My left is completely fine. My right had a lot of pain for a while, right? So got the surgery, post-surgery, significantly better. I went to a great surgeon. He has a ton of history doing these surgeries, had a lot of knowledge, easy guy to talk to. He's worked on professional athletes. One of the benefits to being down here near Fort Lauderdale, you get a lot of good, some of the good doctors down here. But anyway, good experience, good surgery, everything went well, right? But still getting some inflammation in that elbow. Still getting some inflammation, pressing motions, things like that. The doctor had recommended me on my last follow-up with him. Shout out to Dr. Yoldis, if you know him in Fort Lauderdale, Yoldis. Anyway, he suggested PRP treatment. I knew a little bit about it, did a little digging, decided, yeah, I want to give this thing a try. Maybe it's something I get done every 12 to 18 months. So what they do is they took 60 milliliters of blood. It was a lot of fucking blood. They took it from my left arm, as you can see. I don't know if you can see this. I was joking with the nurse. I was like, I don't know if you could find any veins here. I don't know if you can see any veins, but feel free. I always get that comment when I don't know if you can see my arm here, but when I give blood, I always get the comments from the people taking my blood that you can't see it in the video, but I always get the comment that the nurses would love to have me as a patient. I love all their patients that be as vascular as me because it's easy to find the veins. But anyway, so they took 60 milliliters of blood. She then injected it into a plastic bag. It fed into a machine that spun it super, super, super quick for 25 to 30 minutes, right? So what it does is it separates the blood. It takes out the white cells and the red, I think it's red cells. It separates all that stuff from the plasma from the platelets. They want the platelets. And it's a concentrated amount of platelets. So think about this. We went from 60 milliliters of blood to 3 milliliters of concentrated platelets, okay? 5% of that, 60% draw in blood, 5% platelets, right? They numb the area. They use ultrasound to stick the needle in there and numb it, and then they inject the plasma into that bone area there. So yeah, I have to lay off heavy pressing motions, lifting motions for a couple weeks. No biggie. kind of ease back into it for another 3 weeks. Just ease back into it. I'm not going to be an idiot about it. I'm going to ease into it. And then I have a 3-month follow-up to determine how much better my elbow feels. So it's going to be interesting. Really curious to find out. But my healthcare this year has been out of control. I literally, the joke is, you know, I am like one of the healthiest individuals you will ever meet. Literally. I don't do anything crazy. And yet this year was the year of years. Like my out-of-pocket maximum was met. I mean, I've had a hell of a year this year. It's been a fucking fucktacular year. Jorge, my God, man, I haven't seen you forever. Evan's in the house? Fucking welcome in. Cash is trash, I agree, but it is our only medium of exchange right now, if we're honest. Guys, if we want to talk about fundamentals, you know, we only talk about technicals on this chart. I've reiterated to you plenty of times, the fundamentals are a shit show in our economy. It is. It's a complete fucking shit show. It's a shit show. If you actually like study, and I still feel as much time that I've taken to educate myself on the economy, I still feel like I have somewhat of a surface level of understanding of certain things. But even with my level of understanding of how the economy works, it is so mind-boggling how inefficient it is and how much of in many ways, it's like a Ponzi scheme. Like, it's just so crazy to me, like how some of the things work. With taxes and interest rates and financing debt and treasury bonds and all this bullshit. It's like a circus. And it makes me think like it's so complicated that like most people will never understand it. They'll never take the time to understand it. It's almost like our financial system is so intentionally complex to confuse people. Why can't it be more simplistic in nature? Oof, thank you for that comment, man. See, that sort of shit makes my day. You've already helped me so much, man. That's what keeps me going, man. That's what keeps me going. Like, believe it or not, that's honestly what it is. And thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm still young. Oh, it's like nails on chalkboard, man. You are. YOU''RE. Yeah, I mean, I'm young and hard. I don't know if I'm really that young. I'm more like middle-aged, but I feel great. How about this? On an upcoming, here's a tidbit for the 7 people who have still remained on this live stream. There is an important live stream coming up that I'm planning to do probably in December, and I'll actually share with you how old I am. I don't really mind sharing with you how old I am. And for purposes of the conversation of what I am choosing by choice, I'm choosing to live stream and share with you guys because I think it'll help at least one person out there. And if I think it's going to help at least one person, I want to share it. I'll share with you how old I am. I don't mind. Jay Williams, man, we're just consolidating, brother. I mean, again, I'm actually astonished we haven't. I'm astonished we haven't broken out yet. I've been keeping a real tight eye on this. I believe, okay, not emotions, just intellect. I believe we are going to break all-time highs and start pushing up towards 10 cents and beyond very, very soon. Like I said, I tweeted out earlier today, and I stand by this tweet. When I return in 2 weeks to do YouTube videos, I believe I will have a material update to share with the Caspa community. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see if I'm correct. Evan, you're 24, man. I got a funny story about you being 24 at my age. We'll share that later. I don't know what you're talking about there, man. Throw on a Feb, see if it's at 786 from the local high. I don't know what chart you're talking about, Evan. You didn't identify what chart you're talking about. CBG buying crack. No, man. Never done any illegal drugs. That I can say. Yeah, we'll take a look at Rio, Jorge. I'll take a look at Rio with you. Oof, you've spoken about ILV. I remember that. DJ, you really want Harmony 1 to be that one AI coin, man. We got to bounce back on the charts. I love me Harmony, but charts got to pick up, man. I told you the price levels. Just keeping it real. Evan, to my knowledge, PRP is very different from stem cell treatment. I've done some research on stem cell. I used to be invested in a pharmaceutical company. What was it called? It was ticker symbol AST. Ticker symbol AST. I don't even know if they're around anymore. Are they around? Let's look them up actually. Pharmaceuticals, bio. See? AST, but they're not around anymore. No. Who knows? Maybe they got bought out. Maybe they went insolvent. I don't know. But I used to follow them. They were into stem cell treatment. But no, PRP treatment is very different. Track, welcome in, man. Good to see you. I'm not on. Dude, I don't even know what HRT is. TRC. I don't know what any. Do you realize the number of people that have come up to me and asked me if I'm on this or if I'm on that? I have no idea what that shit is. You know what one of the great things, I've shared this with you guys. You know what one of the awesome things to share with people is? And I can say this with conviction and know it, and it just feels so good inside. And it actually feels good when people doubt me. Especially when I share with you guys how old I am in a couple weeks here, I have gotten to a point in life where I'm as in good a physical condition as I am at my age, and I've never done any of that shit. Never experimented, never was like, one time, let me just try it. Never. Look at my eyes right now. Never. Your body is a temple. I've never tried any of that shit. I don't even know what the hell it is. We support. Fuck you, Jorge. Fuck you. You're an ass, man. You Jorge, you'd be another guy. You'd be cool to grab a drink with. I can tell. Always use cold storage, Evan. Always use cold storage. Trezor or Ledger. And also Tangem Wallet. Tangem Wallet, which is a supporter of the Caspa currency. I've done some research on Tangem. I would also recommend Tangem as well. I would also recommend SafePal. I use SafePal to safeguard my Harmony 1 specifically. I diversify. Guys, here's an important thing you may want to consider doing. I safeguard my assets by using multiple wallets, okay? I plan on transferring my Caspa to my Tangem wallet once I get it. I have Harmony 1 on SafePal. I have an LEPal, which I still haven't even activated. I'm going to put something on there. And then I got a Ledger for most of my other crypto. I still am considering sticking some of my SafePal or some of my other crypto on SafePal to diversify it further. And I have some other crypto, non-trading, believe it or not, on an exchange. It's on my Coinbase exchange, but it's in my crypto vault. So there's additional security measures to get that out. So I still feel good about that. Evan, you're dropping a lot of comments here. It's hard to catch up. Let me see. DJ, that is when it's the most interesting. You saw my tweet earlier today about 1 cent and 10 cents. Yeah, it seems boring until it hits 10 cents in the matter of 1 week. Oof, great question. So let me share you a story about Colombia, although I've never been there before. In all of my Instagram videos, in all of my YouTube videos, I always speak about carry it forward. Now, the reason I say carry it forward, and it's spelled Kerry, is because Kerry was my best friend down here. He was a really good guy. And he was, unfortunately, his life was taken way too early. And so lost my best friend down here because he was my best friend down here. And so that's where I came up with carry it forward. Long story. But anyway, the reason I bring him up when it comes to Colombia is he used to go to Colombia. And he told me two things. One is CBG, because that's what he would call me. This was pre-CBG, but I'm not going to tell you my name. CBG, you need to get out there and travel because it makes you a more interesting person. You know, I was married I was married in my past life. I was married. He's like, you know, you're divorced now. You're going to get out there. You're going to meet women. It'll make you a more interesting person. You got to get out there and travel. I was like, okay. And he shared with me, he took quite a few trips to Colombia. And there are many beautiful women in Colombia. Now, I can only imagine because I live in South Florida. And there are a lot of Colombians here. So they're very high maintenance. I'm just saying stereotype exists for a reason. They're very high maintenance. They are very beautiful women. Most of them are very beautiful women. I've dated a few Colombians in my day. We're not going to go into stories, but I've dated a few Colombians in my day. Where was I going with this? Oh, I've also had friends joke with me, female friends joke with me that if I went to Colombia, that it would be an interesting situation. So we'll just keep it at that. So no, I haven't been to Colombia, but probably, you know, I don't know if I'm going to make it to Colombia, especially if I'm dating someone. Probably not a good idea to go to Colombia by myself. I'll go with my significant other, but yeah, no. I mean, I am single. I am a single man, so I could go to Colombia. But I've heard some interesting things about Colombia. Wow, I'm really stuttering around this. Let's move on in the conversation. Let's see, what else do we have here? Did you sink the wallet to the bottom of the ocean with water? 4 times? Oof, where are you located? Do you mind sharing with me? Not go. Well, first off, let me clarify something. I would not go to Colombia if I had a girlfriend or a wife or a significant other, fiance, whatever. I am a loyal man. Like I said, I'm huge on integrity, so I wouldn't even joke around about that. If I had a girlfriend, I would never take a solo trip like that. You're in Gainesville. You've been to Colombia? Wait, how many times? 4 times? Can you send me a DM? Maybe we need to take a trip to Colombia together, because right now I'm a single man. Historically speaking, I'm not a single man for an extended period of time, but I've been single for several months. So I'm just saying, I could go to Colombia. So if you want to shoot me a DM, maybe we get a little group trip going. Just saying, all right? You know? CBG's doing the meetups. First, CBG meets up with one of his community members. The next thing you know, CBG is taking trips with his community members to Colombia. What happens in Colombia stays in Colombia. All right? Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM. And confirm with me that you have shot me a DM by tweeting at me saying, hey, DM'd you. Because I am horrifically terrible with checking my DMs. Somebody who commented here, who I met up with, can attest to that, because I'm horrible with DMs. Okay, I want to get back to Jorge's question. He asked me to tweet Rio, so let's take a look at that. Rios from Philly. I listen to 94 WIP. Can't help it. Clearly, this was not on this time frame. Let's change the time frame. I bet you this was on a weekly. Let's look at the weekly. Wow. What the hell happened here? Was that on a 2-week? Fuck. I guess we haven't charted this in a while. Guys, I think this is going to be the last chart we look at for a week. Oh, tearing up. This is the last chart. Jorge, you get the last chart. Are you still on this live stream, Jorge? You better not fucking bailed on me, buddy. Nice. Jorge, are you still on this live stream? I'm charting Rio. This is the last chart I'm doing for a week, brother. You better still be here. Drop me a comment. You better still be here. Okay, this is Rio, yeah, whatever the name of the place is. Fucking Jorge just dropped off. Okay, you DM me on Instagram. All right, nice. I'll check it. I'll check it after the live stream. I promise you. Fucking Jorge drops you know, Jorge, you dropping me these charts to chart, and then you don't stick around, man. What the? Come on, man. No, I'm not charting this shit. You know what? This is what it is. No, I'll chart it out. Because I know Jorge's going to come back to the video. I'm actually going to give him some shit. I'm connected with him on Instagram, so I'm going to send him a message and let him know I still tweeted this shit out, or I charted this shit out even though he dropped off. So we have an ascending line of support here, as you can see, multiple touches. This is on the weekly. Now, the good news is we just got a positive cross up on the MACD. Now, again, there is no one indicator that tells you anything definitively. Look, we got positive crosses here, and you can see we just went sideways, right? So we have to take that with somewhat of a grain of salt, but it is a positive indicator. The RSI is beginning to tick up, though. I like to see this RSI above 60 at 61. Stochastic RSI looks good. It's all about this flat area of resistance here. I want to see Rio break roughly 33 cents. When it breaks 33 cents, it's all about 42 cents. 33 followed by 42. When it breaks 42, you're looking for 66. So that would be my update on Rio. I know Rio and Tau are two cryptocurrency projects that have gotten a lot of attention. Guys, I'm going to sign out. I appreciate all of that. Let me just say this real quick. Before everyone clicks off and CBG is done with his live stream, let me say this really quick. I can at times be very wordy, so I will keep this very simple. I genuinely mean this, okay? I genuinely appreciate all of the support that you provide on this live stream. And it makes doing this enjoyable. It genuinely does. Doing this is enjoyable because I can engage with you guys. Again, a community member who I recently met up with can attest to this. Who you see on this live stream, this is who I am in real life. This is genuinely who I am. This is not a show. I'm not someone different in real life. I'm out here. I'm charting stuff. I love charting. I love crypto, and I'm trying to help you guys. So thank you for that. I will be back at max time off. I will be back on Monday the 13th, but I hope to be back on Sunday, November 12th. It's just 1 week. But I've shared with you what you guys should be keeping an eye on, how the markets look. Things look great. Things are picking up. We have every reason to be very cautiously optimistic and positive, okay? I'm waiting for the time where I say to you, not very cautiously optimistic and positive, very optimistic and positive. We're not there just yet, but we have every reason to be very cautiously optimistic and positive. Until next time, everybody, have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. And until next time, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. I never quit, Evan. Never. On anything. Take care, everyone. Let's spread education for... Wait, I didn't say that. Let's carry it for... Wait. Now you messed me up, Evan. I was giving my ending line here, and you said I was quitting. Until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness, and let's carry the education forward. Damn it, Evan, you fucked me up. All right, take care, everybody. God damn it.